Hey everyone, I got quite out of the habit of making any videos and I started to have a few more video ideas, so that's why I'm uploading probably two in the same evening, assuming that everything uploads okay. I just wanted to make an update video. I decided over a year ago that I would stop buying clothes, and I just wanted to make a little bit of a video to say how that went in case anybody else was interested in stopping buying clothes as a sort of environmental action against fast fashion. It's a really boring update. I haven't bought clothes. um, so I just go through like okay, I have bought a couple of things. So I thought I'd just go through the reasons why and what I've done and how this is going to be kind of going forward. So the first sort of pieces that I should probably mention that have come into my wardrobe are ones I've made, and that was sort of within my rules. I craft constantly, I knit all the time, I crochet all the time, and I was doing a lot of sewing last year. I haven't done that much really recently, just because I've been busy, so I've been turning to like the comfort of knitting and crochet. But yeah, so I've made a few more pieces, made some jumpsuits, knitted some jumpers. I got quite into jumper knitting since I sort of last spoke. It's the middle of June as I'm recording this, and I made a note in my calendar. It's the 27th of May that I'd made that decision to stop buying clothes. I've had a couple of pieces of clothing through that people have given me. I have a t-shirt that I won in a raffle, which I wasn't intending on doing. I was just paying money into it. I suppose I could have given the t-shirt back, but it had a cool picture of a horse on it. I'll probably wear it, or I can kind of pay it forward. I haven't really gotten rid of any items of clothing, although I've identified at least one pair of shorts I want to get rid of. And occasionally people have had stuff that like didn't fit and they've given it to me, or oh, I'm getting rid of this box of clothing, do you want anything out of it? And I've taken a couple of pieces out of that, like a pair of trousers, a hoodie, and a university t-shirt. So a couple of little bits here and there that I've been given. As far as anything that I have bought, the only things I have bought have been circus outfits. Oh, and I accidentally bought a t-shirt. That sounds like, oh, I just got drunk and it arrived. I paid for a crowdfunding for a band for their album, and part of like what came in the package that I picked was a t-shirt, and I didn't realize until they like gave it to me when they gave me the album. So I accidentally bought a t-shirt. But the only other things that I've bought have been circus outfits, which is not something I had anticipated. I do some side work for a circus, and so we were doing work over the Christmas period, and they needed me to be an elf. Now, I probably could have made myself an elf costume, but I was also really busy with uni. There was a really tight deadline. I got COVID. So like it actually arrived while I was like in isolation, and I was trying it on and sending photos from like the room I was isolating in away from like the house. So yeah, I wouldn't have had time to make it. They wanted me to like be able to like, they didn't want me to be able to match this year, but they have also subsequently asked for like my acrobatics partner to get one as well. So I needed to have something that looked like what other people were wearing, so that it would then fit in. So I bought the elf outfit. I have an acrobatics partner who's joined the circus that like I'm working with, so we were doing stuff together just as a hobby, and now he's sort of come on as a paid member of staff. And we got asked to do an acrobatics performance specifically a couple of weeks ago now, and we needed to have some sort of matching outfit, so that was a thing that got bought. I suppose I possibly could have made something, but needing to find something that looked the part, that fit me, which would have been sort of easy, and even something that would be functional as well, but then also fit somebody else. So one of the things, like when you're learning to sew, like on the whole gamut of sewing experience, is like being able to make things for your own body is generally where you start, and being able to make something for somebody else's body, particularly if it's very different to yours, is that much harder. So making something for somebody that's bigger than I am, that's a man, he's totally different shapes, men wear completely different styles of clothing. Like if it was just making circle skirts for the two of us because we were going to do something swooshy and we were both wearing circle skirts, that would be fine. I could measure his waist and make him a circle skirt. That wouldn't be a problem. But when we were trying to find something like this, I don't necessarily have the skill set right now to make clothes for other people from scratch, particularly ones that we need to have certain functionality. So I bought a waistcoat for that. I bought this elf costume at Christmas time, and my boss actually bought a couple of pieces. So we've got some new fire performing outfits, and also a new full cat suit. And I think I will try and make one, but like it's like a full spandex body thing. So I'm considering like making some more of those because it's so comfortable, and I really liked it. So I might sort of look at doing some more kind of cat suit things as well as the jumpsuits. It's a natural evolution, I think. So those are the new pieces that have come in through purchasing that aren't things that I made myself. Other than that, I've been pretty good about it. I've been sewing up holes and things. Oh, I think I got some socks off my friend as well. She was going to throw them away, so I rescued her socks, sewed up the little holes that they had in, and I was like, "Do you want them back?" I've sewn up the holes in them, and she was like, "Nah, I just enjoy them." So yeah, I've been mending. I've been doing pretty well about mending. If anything gets any holes in it, I've mended it. Sometimes it's been like I've put on the sock, it's got a hole in it, I've sewn the hole up, and then I've continued wearing the sock. So like really right there and then, or kind of just before I've been going out. But more often than not, I'll notice something has a little hole or a rip or whatever. I'll put it into the mending pile, and then it will sit there for however long it takes for me to get round to it, which generally isn't like too long, but or it's something that's kind of not that essential, but it is generally stuff that has been getting done. And that includes for the stuff that I've made myself, as well as kind of things that I've got that have been shop bought. So yeah, I've done pretty well with not buying anything. I have noticed as well it's changed a little bit the way that I wear clothes. So one of the things that maybe it's just like my own anxiety and I should try, I'm very, very conscious that I'm probably not going to be able to make myself a pair of jeans. So the jeans that I've got like 8 or 9 pairs of jeans. We're not running low on jeans at the moment, but I'm feeling that they are more of a finite resource than some of my other things, like some of my other like items of clothing, where if I've got a skirt and I wear that skirt to absolute destruction, I can make another skirt. I'm pretty good at making skirts. If I've got like a suit jacket and I need to, like, I don't wear them very much, but jeans I kind of want to wear all the time, or pretty well all of the time, and that the current vibe I've got with like work clothing tends to be like jeans and a top that feels like work appropriate. So like jeans and a blouse, or there's a certain look, and like the bottom half is quite often jeans to kind of be semi-smart but also casual. And I'm also aware that they need to look smartish if I'm going to be wearing them to work. They need to be like black jeans which don't have any holes in them, and they're not ripped, or they're not frayed, and they're like the colour is okay. So I have found myself wearing jeans a little bit less and wearing some kind of slightly different ones. I did have a pair of regular jeans which I dyed black, and those have felt, where before I wouldn't have felt comfortable wearing them to work, I then have subsequently worn them to work and it's felt a lot better. So I think I've got more options with dyeing and like redoing the colour on things. But yeah, I have noticed that, and I did feel, I think I mentioned it in my first video, that jeans were probably going to be the thing that I would need to buy at some point in the future, although I have got pretty good stash at the moment. There probably will be a time, it'll be like 7 years before I buy my next pair of jeans. So I think that's probably fairly reasonable, and you know, from a charity shop, that's probably all right. But yeah, that is the only sort of item that I've worn that's been a bit. But other than that, yeah, I've been enjoying my clothes. I've still been dressed. Spent all of today naked. I should put a hoodie on this evening to film. Yeah, it's just a great way to get more time out of your clothes, is to just never wear any. But like in general, I've still been dressed. I've still looked appropriate for every occasion that I've needed to. There's never been a point where I've gone, oh damn, I just really wish that I had a new dress for this occasion. I think maybe I'm just not that kind of person. Maybe those occasions just haven't come up. I don't know. Or maybe I've just made that dress and it's like, yay, I've got a time to wear this. I don't know. There there hasn't been like I really want this item of clothing, but because of this, I haven't been able to get one. I've lightly missed shopping because I've gone into charity shops for books and things, and I sort of vaguely like looked at the racks and thought I can't go and look through that because I'm not allowed to buy anything. So that's been like a bit sad. But in general, I haven't been missing it for like aside from about 3 minutes of being sad as I vicariously walk through charity shops looking for something else. I've been pretty alright with it. I've been trying to do eco minimalism a little bit, so in the way that Shelby, the YouTuber, describes it. So trying to either not buy things or only buy like eco sorts of versions of things. So predominantly to not buy, and then to only like buy sort of from more ethical sources. And actually, those two things go really well together. And I think this is just kind of feels like it's fallen in line with part of that. In my my desire to not buy clothes also falls with my desire to just use up all of the shower gel in my house before I buy any, and then the next time I buy it to buy there's a Whole Foods near me, and they do the refillable, so I'm gonna get from there when I run out. I have more than a year's worth of shower gel in my house. I'm still going through it. I made the decision to do that before I stopped buying clothes. It's been a year and 2 weeks since clothes. I don't know when I made that decision. I feel like it was like April 2021, and it's like the middle of June 2022, and I still have not got through my whole stock of shower gel. I don't know if this is like, you'd be surprised at how much is in your house, or it's just me because I've been doing what Jenna Marbles' boyfriend at the time had called goo hoarding, and I think I've just been goo hoarding. But yeah, it's been quite a nice journey in general for like the not buying things, only buying some things from more eco sources. So I've quite enjoyed using up all of my roll-on deodorants, and now I've got a couple of like plastic free versions like from Whole Foods. They just had them there, so that's going to be quite nice to be using those going forward. I haven't quite used up what I've got, but and the last little dregs, and it also really helped my decluttering journey. I'm not continually adding in more things into my house. My house is tidier than it was. It's still not quite where I want it to be, but it's a lot better. And then there's also like an ethical giving away thing as well. If you think of it as getting rid of all of your stuff, it's quite anxiety inducing. But I think there's a few different ways of thinking about things as sharing. So I've got quite a lot of crafting supplies, and I've been trying to share those with my friends. So I have a friend that's doing paper crafting, so I've like dug out some of my paper crafting supplies and gone like, oh, actually, do you want, like, I've got 10 gems that you stick on that look like flowers. Did you want 5 of them? And then I suddenly have half as much rubbish hanging around waiting for the next bit. But I'm also not completely getting rid of things that I then might have to repurchase. So stuff like that, seeing if there's ways that I can donate things forward as a way to declutter, stopping buying things, including clothes, and long may it continue. I don't think I can just not buy things forever, but I think clothes, like eventually I will run out of shower gel, even if it's 2024. At some point I will need to buy more. But maybe there's like a certain category of clothing that I will never have to buy again in my whole life. Maybe like that's quite wild and very exciting. I think jeans probably isn't it. I think underwear probably isn't it. But maybe it's jumpers. Maybe I'll knit, because I know I knitted like 4 jumpers. Maybe I'll get to a point like in where I've just continued to knit jumpers, and I never like wear them out to the point that I can't wear them because I'm just always knitting more jumpers. Maybe that's it. Who knows? This has become a tangent, so I'm going to stop there. Enjoy the rest of your day or evening, and remember, you can always fit a lot of rubles in a dead rat. See ya.